What's good, YouTube? This your boy Raas Reptiles, and we here with the podcast. Yes, sir. Can't go wrong with some H2O. Mic check, 1, 2. We here. Let's wait until a couple more people get in. Well, a lot of people get in, because right now we at 0. But I'm just testing this out. And for everybody who watched this later, you guys get a chance, to learn about your boy, Raas Reptiles, and get educated on some reptiles. So, while we wait for everybody to come in, I guess we can start off why we're doing this. My Animal House salute. Jamie, salute. Yeah, we can start off while we doing this. I feel like, the channel needs to make some changes, and I think, we got to spice it up a bit. The live feedings and things like that. Yeah, we feeding the animals. It's exciting to others, but to me, it's just feedings. I got to take care of the animals. It's how the maintenance part go. But like I said, every Friday, we'll be doing a podcast. And I couldn't get y'all the podcast last Friday. I had an emergency to take care of, so I figured I'd give y'all 2 in 1 week. And this episode, I'll be telling you guys more about myself. A lot of you guys always ask, like, yo, what's going on with you? Where you from? Things like that. What got you into reptiles? And I'm here to tell y'all all about that type of stuff. Besides, I got my water right here. You got to have the H2O. So right now we're going to do a roll call. Salute to everybody. Fluffy, salute. Aaron, salute. Brian, salute. Tony, salute. Evan, salute. Chomp, chomp. Paul, was good. Gary, what's going on? So we got 13 people in here, so I feel like we could get started. So, this is all new to me real quick. And, again, I'm still setting up the stream and getting it how I want it to be and things like that. But, yeah, so this is strictly like podcast stuff. So if you don't want to talk about, reptiles or even look at me or whatever, this ain't the type of video y'all going to want to watch. We could talk about Spidey all day long. We could talk about Scar all day long, but it's just going to be like a little talk show. You never know what somebody going through, and sometimes people need that positivity to uplift them and get them through their day. Gator Pool Gators, what's good, my boy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's incredible. So anyway, let's get right to it. We got 15 people in here, and I'm going to make it short with you guys. I'm going to get like 30 minutes in, and if y'all ain't already seen it, I just dropped another video, around 2 p.m. Central Time. So anyways, who is Raas Reptiles? Well, first and foremost, I'm a reptile hobbyist. I'm not an expert of any means necessary, I'm still learning. I'm still on the come up, things like that. And that's something you shouldn't even be ashamed of, because when we own animals, you got to be willing to learn, spread your knowledge, and you got to also be willing to experiment. Sometimes due to the area you may live in and your household temperatures, you got to experiment with heat, things like that, husbandry, all that type of good stuff. We'll get into all that type of stuff another day. Doug, salute, Sonny, what's good? But anyway, who am I? So you already know I'm from Chicago. I ain't told many of y'all that, but yeah, I'm from Chicago, South Side specifically. I started, having animals since I was like 5, 6 years old, but mainly reptiles. I got into them around like 7. I was always watching Animal Planet, like with my boy Jeff Corrin, and of course, rest in peace to him, Steve Irwin. Those was my 2 biggest inspirations in the reptile industry, the animal industry. I always watched The Most Extreme, Safari, all that type of good stuff back then on Animal Planet. I also used to watch the Puppy Bowl. I don't know if some of y'all even know what that is. The Puppy Bowl was cool. That was pretty funny. You got the dogs going to, little puppies like playing little football games. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But yeah, that got me into the reptile thing. So when I was a shorty, I would, I would always be around the neighborhood where I was at, and there would always be plywood laying behind people's houses or behind my grandmother's houses or abandoned gates and things like that. And what would happen, we would lift those up, and the moisture and the heat that would be underneath would bring garter snakes. So I would always see the garter snakes, pick them up, observe them, trying to be like the crocodile hunter and all them, thinking that, I'm doing something, but I was fascinated with these species. So I would always go to people's houses if they would have snakes in their houses. Believe it or not, when you coming from the neighborhood I'm from, though, like, it was all types of stuff in people's houses. I didn't say possums from people's houses, like, got raccoons out, birds. They would start calling me like the animal man for real. So I would always, go get all the snakes out, or I tried to keep my own garter snakes in my backyard at one point and start understanding, like, dang, they can't eat this and that. But anyway, just a learning experience. So my first reptile I owned was a bearded dragon. So when I got a little of age, a little maturity a little bit, my mom said I get good grades, I could get a lizard. She wasn't going for that snake stuff, though. She wasn't going for that at all. So I was like, man, like, ain't that's crazy. So what I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to get a lizard. Okay, cool. So we go to this place called Animal Island. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can look that up. One of the dopest pet shops in Illinois, period. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Jason. Been knowing him since I was a kid, but that's his pet shop. I go in there. We go in there, and I'm like, man, I don't even know what type of animal I want, but I'm seeing piranhas. I'm seeing all types of lizards, iguanas, different species of, different morsa, bearded dragons, things like that. So basically, I ended up getting a bearded dragon. Like, they talked me into getting it. They said it's a good starter reptile. Taught me the basic stuff about it. And my first bearded dragon name was Shadow. And Shadow was real cool until, like, one day he just snapped on me, like, went crazy. Beard, black hair thing. I'm like, oh, man. That's crazy, man. That's incredible. I ain't know nothing about like, they can get mad at you or anything like that. The pet shop ain't say nothing about that. So, it was my first lizard. So I had to learn to adapt, learn about the calciums and the multivitamins and things like that. I wasn't even thinking about no reptile community, like trying to go on YouTube and things like, man, none of that was around then for real like that. It was there, but we weren't thinking about that. But yeah, like, it was just cool. You weren't worried about people like criticizing the way you got your enclosures and things like that. All you trying to do for real is expand and learn from what you already have, and then, get inspired through others. So basically, yeah, man, mods, if y'all see some crazy stuff, y'all can put them in timeout. Somebody get a little disrespectful, y'all know what to do. Y'all got them wrenches for a reason. But yeah, basically, that's when I got into, the whole reptile thing. But it started from the bearded dragon, though. It definitely started from the bearded dragon. And, then I later got a ball python and so forth. And then went to the piranhas. I was having a lot of piranhas and Oscars. Like, I wasn't even supposed to have piranhas and Oscars in this apartment I got at one point in time. But I put them in there anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But, yeah, salute to everybody who just joined. We got 27 people in here. Smash the like button if you can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this painting dope right here. Yes, sir. But yeah, a lot of you guys always ask, too. Some of y'all say my name wrong. Some people call me Raas. Some people call me all types of stuff. The name is pronounced Raas. Like, I'm a big comic book fan. Raas comes from the name Ra's al Ghul. If any of you guys know about comics, Ra's al Ghul, one who trained Batman, took arrow under his wing, whooped him. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff. Ra's al Ghul got a long meaning to it. But anyway, that's not the reason I named the channel Raas Reptiles, though. So, G Cutter, salute. Doug, what's good? Moon over Miami, what's up? Anyway, I named the channel Raas Reptiles because it was a part of my life. I think I was about, maybe 20 or something like that. It was a while ago. But I was like 20. And I was going through a rough time, you know what I'm saying? And our priorities went together. Nothing was going my way. I'm basically almost done with college, you know what I'm saying? But everything was spiraling, going down the hill. Nothing was going right. And, I'm man enough to admit, sometimes when you maturing, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. I used to have a dog named Raas. Well, I named him Raas. That was my first dog I ever owned, as my own. And I raised him up. Like, he was only, had him till he was almost about 2. But he was big, strong, crazy dog. Like, I'm like, man, this dog killing all the raccoons, possums, anything in the neighborhood, locking on anything. But he was a good dog, though. It was straight. But what ended up happening, my priorities went together. I ended up losing my first place, and I was like, man, what I'm gonna do? Basically, like, I ended up getting evicted, whatever. And man, it's just me and my dog. So, at the time, when you go through a bit of struggle, you start realizing, like, who there for you and who ain't, and who gonna help you, who not. You have to go through that. So me, always been, I would say, tough mentally. So I was able to, get through those type of things. But what ended up happening, me going through that rough mishap, I ended up losing my dog to the system. And it sucked because I was like, man, like, this crazy. This was like my pride and joy. So when I lost him to the system, I was like, man, I was devastated. Like, I felt like I lost a son or something. So, like, even sometimes now, like, get a little emotional about it, but it's like, man, that was my boy. So what I did, I was like, man, when I get back right, I'm going to look for him. So I even been looking for him since. I've been looking for him since. It's hard to, like, even try. I don't even know the steps to take, because the place that took him from me, well, not technically, it's a long story. We'll talk about that another time, but I even tried to do it that way. They can't even help me. So all I want to know is if, you know what I'm saying? All I want to know is, where is he at? But yeah, I named the channel after my dog that I had, my first dog. You feel me? So it was pretty dope. So that's where the name Raas come from. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on with y'all, though? Like, what's good with everybody? Everybody good? Everybody well? You said, what's the goal? What'd you say? I'm trying to see something. Somebody said, I'm still trying to work this stream live stuff. Trying to see what you said exactly. 1 second. All right, there we go. We in here. Me and the dog, DMX vibes. You already know what's up. You learned, though. That's the difference from all of us. Change. Yeah, you already know. Like, sometimes, like, you got to learn your lesson to move forward. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to, go through trial and error. It just happens. Indiana Jones. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's exactly how it be, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it go. Sometimes you got to make mistakes, and then you learn from them, and you move on. You move forward. Just like these reptiles, like, we in a community where we are judged based off how we choose to take care of our reptiles. But the problem is, there's not just one way. It's not just one way to take care of your reptiles. If there were just one way, I don't believe none of us will own them. Because it would be like, a lot of people wouldn't be able to, to juggle and get all that together. But it's like, it's numerous ways to take care of your reptiles, man. And it's like, you in a community where you getting judged based off the type of animal you have, or the way you choose to take care of them, especially the live feeding and non-live feeding stuff. We don't even want to talk about that today. That's a whole nother topic. We gonna get into that Friday. But, like, that's how it go, though. It's like, this hobby that we all are in, even if you watching the videos or whatever, you're a part of the hobby too. This hobby we're in, it's supposed to be, in my opinion, it's supposed to be revolved around respect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put love in there, because the love aspect comes from the animals, the reptiles that you own. So, and when you don't have that, and you have a community that's divided, even bashing some of the biggest hobbyists on the planet, some of the smartest, most knowledgeable people there is with reptiles, it's almost strange. It's almost strange. Battle Fights, what's up? Yes, sir. Happy New Year to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping y'all New Year is straight. But yeah, that's what it's all about, though. It's all about spreading positivity, uplifting one another, supporting one another. A lot of you guys may have channels. Some of you guys may want channels. All you got to do is do it. All you got to do is do it. G Cutter, what's good? What's good? Chomp, chomp. Pharrell Scales. Chomp, chomp, Ross. Ultimately, it's all about, yeah, you already know. Much love, for sure. It's all about that respect. 20K subs. That's incredible. So happy we've been a part of your journey, Ross. How build a family. Yeah, you already know. Like, I mean, I don't even, it's crazy. I know y'all probably don't believe me, but I don't even be paying attention to the sub count. Last time I checked my sub count is when y'all told me I was at 10,000. Then y'all told me I was at 15. After that, I realized I was at 20. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, we grew so fast. Everyone needs to help each other instead of putting down. Yeah, instead of putting each other down. Exactly. Like this type of hobby, this type of hobby, like you're gonna make mistakes in it. It's no way around it. There we go. Now I can see everything. You're gonna make mistakes in this hobby. It just happens. Like some people even lost animals, especially when it comes to breeding. When you breed your animals, the egg cutting thing, you know what I'm saying, just breeding period. Sometimes it just don't work. It don't work. You're gonna lose some. They're just not gonna hatch. Like they're just not gonna make it. It just happens. It just happens. It comes with the game. Yoshi has taken over my gaming channel. Hey, look, that bearded dragon, you know, that's like your son right there. Like them bearded dragons full of personality. Like my bearded dragon, when we take him out, it's funny. I'm gonna do a video on that too. We'll take him out, and he won't want to go back in, so he start clinging on to your body. Like I'm like, dude, let me go. He said, you do good with your reptiles. Respect. I appreciate it, Brian. I try to. Next 50K, keep the grind. You already know. We getting there. Valerie, salute to you. Peace and blessings. Trial and error. Yeah, that's how I go. That's how I go. Like, this type of, you know, the reptile industry is very interesting. But I can tell you guys, if it's an animal you that you specifically want, just do the research. You got to do the research. Don't rush into it. I get a lot of DMs from people, and they'll be like, hey, look, what's this? What type of enclosure they need? What's this? What's that? They asking me these questions, so I'm thinking, okay, yeah, they getting ready, to get the reptiles soon, and they want to learn about it before they make the purchase. But then I say, hey, so when you plan to get one? Oh, it's on the way now. Wait, hold on. So this reptile is on the way to you now. You ain't got no enclosure. You don't know nothing about the husbandry. You don't even know what to feed it. You asking me all these questions you should know. So it's like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, we got to do better. We got to do better. And then you get these animals. Like, I had one guy, he got an Asian water monitor, right? I forgot what specific morph, but he had an expensive morph. And he hit me up and was like, yo, I tried to pick it up and it bit me. I'm like, man, what you expect? Like, think about it like this. You just got a reptile, right? It's been in the box for however long. You know, you don't know where it came from. It's already kind of scarred up. And then you try to put your hand in there, like not observing like what the behavior signs are, tongue flicks and things like that. You put your hand in there like it's sweet. Man, he either gonna run or he gonna bite. So it's important, like for anybody. Like I ain't gonna name other people on the channel, but like you see even the biggest hobbyists, they get a reptile, you know, that come in, they open the box, they look in the box or look in the bag. And then they observing what they looking at, like before they even put their hand in there, they observing that behavior, making sure everything okay. Then they reach in and get it, or they'll take something else, pull them out, whatever, just to ensure they don't get bit. So it's important when you go get any reptile, period, just do the research, man. Do the research. If you're a beginner, you ain't never had no reptile in your life, don't even think about nothing exotic. Don't think about nothing that could potentially harm you. Get something, you know what I'm saying, that you could start with. Build it up. You know what I'm saying? You know the old saying, you got to tear it down and build it back up. So, you know, you got to start small. Yeah, y'all are just trying to feed your animals. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it comes with the, you know, it comes with the territory. So when you got these animals, I mean, the feeding process, it comes with it. If YouTube didn't exist, none of this didn't exist, the same thing would be happening. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. There are some sickos out there who really do enjoy what they seeing. But there's a difference. You got people who film it, you know, like me, for example. The Chomp Chomps, the Incredibles. What else I got? I think that's the only two slogans I got. Sometimes I say some other stuff. But it's like, they misinterpret what I'm like, dude, these are slogans to the channel. This doesn't mean I'm going crazy to, oh my God, my animal is eating a rabbit or rat or whatever. Like, those are slogans to the channel. Like any smart person will understand like what a slogan is when you trademark stuff. McDonald's, y'all know what McDonald's, like, you know what I'm saying? McDonald's got Burger King, and they all got their own slogans that you know about. Like when y'all think of me, y'all think of like, oh yeah, the dude who say chomp chomp. Well, y'all, I mean, most of y'all think of Spidey, like all of them. It just come with the territory. You got to be smart about it. Like that's what come with marketing too. Like, you know, you market with slogans and things like that. It's just how the game go. Let's see. Tim Ortega, what's going on? You've been supporting for a while. Salute to you. Yes, I went to the pet store before Christmas, and a guy tells me, you're getting a snake for Christmas? I said, no, you need to get information about it before you buy it. He says, you're right. Yeah, like the pet shop, like I seen pet shops, they'll tell you something and it be completely false. I'm like, oh, no, I definitely don't want to buy them hit in. I don't know what type of work I'm getting into. Like, even the expos, like, got to be careful. I went to an expo. I made this mistake, and I didn't even realize it. I felt bad because I was so thirsty to get the snake. And she had mites. You know what I'm saying? Sheba already had mites because I'm like, how can you have mites in my house and you the only one who got it? I take care of all of them. Of course, mites happen. It does happen. But I'm like, nah, man. Like, ain't no other animal in here got it but this snake. And there was plenty other animals that was next to her, different areas. It ain't like even the substrate. Like, I don't even understand. But the thing was, I had to think real hard on it. Like, even the signs when I first got her. Man, she already had them, but I didn't check. I never checked. And I was like, that was on me. So I had to take ownership for it, which is still my fault in the end because I didn't check. You know, and I'm like, man, so when y'all go to these reptile expos, make sure y'all examine a snake or a lizard. Whatever y'all get, make sure y'all examine it. Don't just pick and say, hey, I want this. Let them take it out. If they'll take it out. Some of them be scared of them for real. Let them take it out. Observe the animal. Look at the animal. Look at the behavior. Ask the necessary questions like that you may have, you know, and move forward. Like the Vietnamese centipede, Severus. I was just there. I didn't even know that I was coming there to get a centipede. So when I went over there, I'm like, hey, you know, this Vietnamese centipede right here, tell me a little bit about them. Like, I don't ask them the basic stuff, like what these guys like to eat. What's this? I'm trying to figure out where they come from. How old do they get? How old do they live for? Like, what to do and what not to do. Not saying I'm testing the seller, but as well as I'm trying to educate myself. Because I'm like, okay, can I handle this right now? Or is this a bit too much? Let me back off. So, you know, that's just how it go. Be interested in the future to invite someone who responds about live feeding in the negative. See what their alternate feeding and why. Exactly. Like I said before, there's cons to both. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole live feeding thing is you could potentially harm your animal. Those rats have sharp teeth. Like they could chew through metal basically. Like you got to think about like the rats period is like they're very smart, right? Like I already went through 3 separate tubs and some of those rats no longer with me no more because even some of my breeders over time, they'll start trying to chew through the certain types of tubs. They'll put this big circle in there trying to plan their escape. And I'm like, okay, look, I'm going to put some wood in here so you can chew on it. Or a little, like, I forgot what they call it. It's like it looked like a block, but it's made of wood. You keep chewing through it, I'm like, all right, I got to feed you off. You got to go. Because now it's a learned behavior. So you learned it from something else or one of the, you know, others around are the newbies. I'm like, okay, we got to get you out of here so nobody else does it. But rats are very smart, I'm telling you. Like, it's crazy and adaptation is real. So when you feeding your animals live, it's very important that it may look like at times, yeah, I'm just filming. Certain animals, I'm like, all right, you know what they can handle, what they can't. Like, we know what Spotty could do. But at the same time, you got to be careful because those rats, those teeth is, man, like, I done seen some things before. Like, I seen a rat mess up a snake so bad before in person. Not my own, but I've seen it happen. The ball pythons, boa constrictors, You got some gangster rats out there. I know some of y'all new people to the channel. If y'all in here, y'all got to go back to my older videos. Got this one video that's almost, I don't know where it's at. I don't know if it's at 1 million or 500,000. It's somewhere around there. But, like, it was a rat that was gangster. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like, this rat was crazy. It was crazy. Like, all I was hearing was, for 3 days straight, I would hear screaming. I hear screaming in the rats. I'm like, man, what is wrong with this rat, man? And I got this rat specifically for my boy Fox Hollow. So I'm like, all right. I remember that rat, too, because he was cool. We pulled him out the rat. We put him in mine. He was going crazy. He was going crazy. And I'm like, man, what's going on, man? And, man, like, basically, he was destroying all the other rats, like, beating them up. I'm like, all right, let me put you down here. I'm going to put you with the bigger boys. Messing them up, too. And bit a rat tail off. Like, rat tail a little long. Bit the rat tail off. I'm like, okay, look. I'm finna give you to somebody I know gonna give you to, you know what I'm saying, who gonna work you. Put him in there with Spidey. This rat was too gangster. I still ain't never seen no rat like this before. This rat was, man, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people gave that W to Spidey. But I don't know. I gotta say, I don't know. That rat, he low-key probably won, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Spidey won in the end, of course. But if we think about blow for blow, what was going on, y'all got to go back and see it if y'all ain't seen it. But, like, that rat was giving Spidey the business. And I think ever since that day, Spidey been a different type of animal. Kirkwood, what's good? Let's see if I can make you a mod in here. No, it didn't let me. I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't think I can do it from Streamlabs. But I'm going to make sure I make you a mod before I get off this YouTube, period. I ain't gonna forget. But yeah, man, y'all gotta make sure, take care of your animals. Like you said, like, I bring somebody on to talk about the negatives. It don't matter to me. It's like, it's not an emotional hobby to me. Like, a lot of people are emotional in this. I grew up breeding dogs and having dogs my whole life, so I know what to have certain types of breed that people may want. And you have a certain type of breed that you may be criticized for. Like, one thing I think that sucks, that's off the reptile topic, is that you get all these dogs, right? Some of these dogs are the smartest dogs on the planet. They get labeled an aggressive breed. You trying to get a crib, but you got what they label an aggressive breed, but your dog ain't gonna harm nobody unless somebody try to rob your house or something. Then you look on the list, they say, oh, yeah, pets are allowed. Dogs are allowed. Fine print right here. No aggressive breeds, no Akitas, no Malinois, no Pit Bulls, Cane Corso. They just got a whole list. Rottweilers. I'm like, dang, so. All right, man. Like, this getting out of control. When I seen that, when that first was coming around, I was like, this is crazy. But then the whole reptile thing, the water monitors, iguanas, of course, tegus, reticulated pythons. I'm like, man, is y'all gonna ever stop? We can't get certain types of snapping turtles in certain areas. It's incredible. It's incredible. I ain't seen nothing like it. Let's see. He said that was the Spidey rat. I feel like, yeah, this what I'm gonna do for my next stream, I'm gonna buy another phone so I can keep up with the live chat, because I don't think this chat really, I don't think it's up to speed like it should. But yeah, man, like, it's just good to chop it up with y'all, though, I rock with every single one of y'all. I listen, where I read all of y'all comments. I chop it up with some of y'all even in the DMs. In my opinion, we all in this together. No hate. I just appreciate all of y'all, It's just how it go. So salute to everybody. So we gonna, I got a Spotty video coming out tomorrow. I'll probably seen Spotty doing backflips. Spotty then became gymnastics, lizard, whatever this lizard been doing. He been tripping. So I'm gonna drop that tomorrow for you guys. And then Friday, I really made this podcast like not only like to talk with you guys, but at the same time, I'm trying to work on waking up early again and getting my routine started, getting back in the gym a lot. So I'm going to start doing the podcast every Friday mornings early. Like some of y'all probably ain't going to be able to see it, but y'all be able to see it later. So I'm probably going to try to, I'm hunting for, if I can, I'm going to do 6 p.m. 6 a.m. Central Time. And if I can do that, man, I'm good. Like, I'll be on for a whole hour. At that time, I take my kids to school, get my day started. You know what I'm saying? Be waking up with some of you guys, and some of you guys getting ready to go to sleep, depending on where y'all at. So, Friday, make sure y'all tune in. We also will be doing, like, split screens where we go back, look at older videos we had, just go down memory lane. We're going to be looking at other people's videos, looking at the behavior of their animals. I'm not going to be one of those guys who disrespect what another person got going on. Never been my style. So I will only be going to people channels to, like, either salute to them, respect what they got going on, or, just to prove a point on the instinctive behavior of a specific species. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, and this your boy Raas Reptiles.